All right, welcome back. Having some technical issues. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to play the music through YouTube, but it's telling me that I'm not connected to the internet, which which doesn't make any sense because I'm streaming. Yeah. YouTube is just trying to gaslight me. Well, I'll try and refresh this in the background. Let me look at you guys in chat. Let me pop out chat. Oh, whoops. Oh, we got some music. All right. We're back. Hey, I started late today, but I have started early in the past. So, I think I deserve a little break. But yeah. Welcome in everybody. Hyvää iltaa. Hyvää uusi vuosi. Is that how you say Happy New Year? I'm sure that's not it because it's got to be impartative. It's got to be something like uutta vuotta. Is it something like that? Yeah. Good to see you all here. JF. Well, JF, first of all, you might recognize what is on the screen right now. Oh, yeah, the music is just going to cut out. I'm sorry. I might have to just turn it off entirely. The video is buffering in a very odd way, and I've tried refreshing it, but this website, taivuta.fi, was recommended by JF in our Discord in the Finnish language help channel. And thanks for recommending it. I've used it once, and I found it helpful. I like this. Although I kind of wish the people that made it would like I'm not promote themselves, but if they made it clear who they were. Like, this is just some random language app that has no context, like, you know, who made this and why, because it seems pretty well made, you know. So yes, JF, thanks for recommending it. We'll do some of this today. Yes. Yeah. Also, we've had some weird weather. Let me see. We've had some weird weather. We had tons of snow this past week. Like just tons and tons of it. And now it's all melted. Well, it's not melted, but I've been slipping and sliding all over the place. So I can only get this like 1 minute portion of this 1 hour long loop to play. So I don't know, maybe it'll play for longer. We'll see. But yeah, you need my microphone to start buzzing before we start. Hey, I'm sure it's in the cards. There should be like a bingo card for my live streams now. You found it sus when there was no stream and no updates from Tyler Lorelei. Well, I did update in the chat. All right. Also, do I look like the kind of person to be planning in advance? I sit down at 6:55. And that's usually enough time for me to just pull everything up and start streaming. But then sometimes things go wrong like this. Yeah. We might just have to live without it. I don't think we're going to be able to play any music today, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because we can still learn Finnish. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I don't know if I welcomed you all. JF, JS, Poyu 27, Lorelai. Good to see all these familiar faces. Taivuta, I believe in Finnish, is like a grammatical inflection. Like it's the word for it to like inflection, something like that. Actually, let's look this up. Taivuta. Taipua. Well, to bend, to flex. But I think this is the one, right? To inflect a word, either to conjugate or to decline. So yeah, that's what this app focuses on: master Finnish grammatical cases through hands-on practice. Make the notoriously hard Finnish grammatical cases easier with Taivuta, an app for practicing Finnish cases. Try a quick example. Inflect the word kauppa in the correct case. Minä menen. Do we have kaupassa, kauppaan, kaupasta? It's the kind of pasta that cows eat. And kaupalle. I believe the correct answer is going to be kauppaan because you're going to the store, right? Menen kauppaan. Though this is one of those confusing things with these cases is that there's always exceptions and just like this is my okay. I'm going to complain a little bit, and I understand that this complaint could be leveled at any language, but it's one of those things where like people explain the grammar to you as if it's consistent. And they'll be like, "Oh, because it's the direction." But then you apply that rule to another verb or a different sentence or a different noun, and they'll be like, "Oh, but no, that we just don't say that." And you're like, how am I supposed to apply the rule if like it's not it yeah. All right, there you go. Complaining tirade number 1 of the night. Yeah. Oh, you don't know the origins of this service, JF, but you found the link on Reddit. And you tried it. Yeah. Yeah, tech has conspired against me today. Jos musiikki ei soi, niin Tyler voisi vaikka laulaa meillä jotain. No. No. I cannot sing. En voi laulaa. I wish. I have been thinking that I need to get a little piano, like just a little keyboard to get back into playing music because that used to be a bigger part of my life and I miss it. So I might do that. But yeah, I never learned how to sing properly. And I realized that I couldn't sing. I mean, first of all, in elementary school, when we would have like choir practice or, they would like send you to choir class. And I noticed that the teacher was not happy with me. Or not that she was upset, but I never really seemed to quite please what she was looking for. And then there was one really embarrassing time. You have these mortifications stuck in your head. Well, I remember we used to play basketball in the gym like after school, and one of my friends was playing a Linkin Park song on the the stereo while we were practicing around. And then a few days later, I asked him about it, and he was like, "Wait, what song?" I was like, "What was the name of that song?" And he goes, "Well, which song are you talking about?" I was like, "The one that goes like this." And I tried to like sing, not like there weren't words, but I just tried to sing the tune, the melody. And he just looked at me like, I have no idea what you're I was like, never mind. Oh, that was oh, we all need to have humiliations like that. All right. It's not a humiliation, but a mortification. Like I felt like, yeah, okay. So and ever since then I've been careful about I don't know, trying to sing. But yeah. Uh what is this? Common usage is the correct default one, but there's one that can be used with a slightly different meaning. Um Do I look like I know what a JPEG compression is? King of the Hill. I didn't watch King of the Hill, but I remember the King of the Hill commercials because I watched The Simpsons after school every day in high school. And there was always King of the Hill would play right after or before. And I would, yeah, it would, there'd always be showing those commercials. Uh, Hey, NMC in 1992, welcome in. Yes, yeah, learning a language is being told all the rules only to then be told, actually, don't take our rules too seriously. Except until you get it wrong, and then we're going to remind you of that rule that we told you, but then told you not to pay attention to. You know? En osalaola. Is it En voi laola indicates that you're not able to sing at the moment, and osa indicates that you don't have the skill. I under no circumstance can sing. All right. Unless it is the dwarves that sing Far Over the Misty Mountains Cold from the Hobbit movies. That's honestly the best part of the Hobbit trilogy is that 1 minute trailer that they put together before the movies were ever released. And it's just the dwarves singing. They're like in Bag End and they start chanting their badass dwarf song. And then all the action starts playing and like the orchestra takes up the melody and it's just like, so I sing that to myself, and also I sing it in a very like cartoony way with where I try to make my voice sound as deep as possible, like I'm some deep dwarf, you know. But you know what? That's just what men do to entertain ourselves. Okay, this isn't just a me thing, right? Like, come on, come on. But yes, everything does go back to Tolkien for me, by the way. So I've already complained about Finnish once. I've already made a Tolkien reference without realizing it. What's next? What's next? Uh, you didn't have a class, but you did have a choir. Is that how do you pronounce that name? Is it Lucia? Is it Lucha? Or is it Lucia? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, choir is also a weird word to spell in English. I mean, also it's confusing because there's another word pronounced the same way that's actually spelled the way you would expect choir to be spelled. But it means like the thing that archers wear when they put their arrows in a choir. I think that's what it's for. But yeah. Yeah, actually, well, I have Wiktionary right here. Let me show you. Choir. Like this is how choir should be spelled, right? But yeah. Wait, oh, a ream of paper. I do know this definition. But okay, no, this has wait, where's the Oh, it's also architecture. I do now that I hear this, I recognize that. An architectural area of a church. Oh, how confusing is this? The part of the church where the choir sings is also called a choir, but it's spelled choir with a Q. Okay, I take back all criticism of the Finnish language. English is absolute madness. Like this crosses a line for me. Okay. Uh and what is that archer thing called? What am I thinking of? What's the name of the device where arrows are kept? It's called, maybe it's called something else. I don't know. You guys tell me. Yeah. But I was right that at least this is a word. I just got the wrong definition apparently. Hold on. Actually, let's look this up. Choir arrows. Oh, it's a quiver. Wow. A quiver of arrows. Now that I see it, yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know why I thought a choir. Maybe because I'm thinking, look, I'm going to put it together. My form, if I were an archer, I'm an archer of words. I'm a wordsmith. All right. So I keep my arrows, my words in a choir, a ream of paper. Okay, enough of me trying to cope over here. Okay, kauppaan. I never clicked on it.
Minä menen kauppaan.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I actually have to put my headphones back in. It has audio as well. Let me hear that again.
Minä menen kauppaan.
Minä menen kauppaan. Look, listen to that perfecto pronunciation. You got good singing grades, 27, as a little kid. Yeah. You know, and another little side note is we had a choice in middle school, either to join choir or to join band. Those were the only two electives we could choose from. And I remember how everybody chose band. Like nobody wanted to do choir because we all thought playing an instrument was way cooler. Also because if you think about band, like you can go out on the football field in halftime and you're like, and for a little boy, the coolest possible thing you could do was to be one of those guys that has the 4 drums in front of him that's like attached here, and he's like, you know, and like that was the coolest thing. And the problem is, I was just like all the other little boys, and wanting to do percussion, even though I played piano at home. I didn't want to play like a band instrument. I just wanted to do drums, but there were too many of us, and I never actually played a drum. I played the practice pad. We all had to get a little pad, you know, that we would practice with our drum roll on. And the best part about this, never played at a football game because we were middle school. We didn't have like a middle school football team or anything like that where we would be a marching band, but we did perform as a marching band at some, oh god, it was called like I'm gonna Google it, hold on. I want to see if it's still there. Poteet Strawberry Festival. No, don't dox me, Google. Jeez. See, this is why I can't just like use stuff on stream with you guys. If you wonder why I'm like so careful sometimes about this, but wow, this thing is still going. We performed. Hey guys, you have 87 days. You can come join, you know? Wow. God. Oh my god, this brings me back. This is San Antonio, my hometown. This is our skyline. Wow. Anyways, the best part of this is even at this festival, this is gorgeous. Whoever did the art, you knew what you were doing. I didn't even get to play the drums at the festival because we didn't have enough drums. And so I was a flag twirler. By the way, this was the school that I went to. That was the school of a televangelist. And so, yeah, there was a lot of that. It was such a weird childhood. But what can you do? What is this? What is going on? I can only assume they're praying, but is this guy? Who is this guy? Wait, what? What was that? I need answers. You can't just put a picture of people like that in a cult. They look like they were part of a cult. And that was their spiritual leader. Okay, we're really going off the rails. What do you call an angry archer? A crossbowman? Well, there you go. There you go. This service has better sound than Ula Kialikolu. Yes, the Kialikolu was such a disappointment to me. I wrote to the developers about it, and I felt a bit guilty. I am that kind of person who gives feedback and then feels guilty about giving feedback because I'm like, well, I don't want them to think that I disapprove. Oh, he's back. It's the bowl cut as well on him. What is going on? Yeah, so yeah, we played here. Okay, I'm moving back to to Finnish. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kielikolu was not my favorite. It was just too buggy and yeah, but it's fine. Mitä sä poteet? What's ailing you? Oh, is that poteet is a word in Finnish? Of course it is. Poteet. Yeah, the sitting group picture was pretty creepy. Welcome to San Antonio. Welcome to San Antonio. You think any of this is vegan? No. Just like, unless even so, they found a way to make strawberries not vegan. I'm sure they just cover in bacon fat, But yeah. Hey, actually, to be fair, now there's a lot of vegan options all around the world, and even in Texas, they've got good vegan restaurants. So, but yeah, growing up during that time, you would nobody even knew what vegan was. It's a more recent kind of thing. One of California fires is getting close to San Antonio. Wait, you mean San Antonio, California, right? Yes. Yeah, that's. I did have someone get confused. I grew up in San Antonio, Texas. So yeah, we're like, I don't know how many thousand miles away from California. I think San Antonio, Texas is safe from the California fires, but things are getting pretty crazy. You never know. Poteo would be the basic form of that word. Potate. You just had some vegan food, JS. Nice. Air fried French fries with ketchup. Living the dream. You are like, what is the junky or like trashy vegan? What's there's a Finnish term for this. It's like beer and chips vegan or something. You're living it up. But I've actually I'm trying to be a bit more careful in what I'm eating. At least this year, I'm trying to eat less processed and more whole grain and just more vegetables as a percent of my diet. Because I've noticed that I tend to default to just having, I don't know, not just processed food, but like even like the digestives, which are technically whole grain, but they're basically just cookies, so it's not the healthiest. So, and a lot of that is also because I want to improve my running and diet. Eating healthy is important to that. Blah, blah, blah. Let's actually start practicing. Case inflection, how it works, 10 sentences, One inflected word has its end hidden. Select the correct case. Yeah. Difficulty level. I will start on beginner. Or should I change it? Wait. This I find hilarious. Only in Finnish is the language so difficult that after beginner is elementary. I don't know if there's some difference in the translation here, but like elementary is beginner. Like you don't get more beginner than elementary. But somehow in Finnish, they're like, no. You're okay, but let's start with elementary. I'm probably not. Okay, in chat, what do you guys think? How many do you think I'm gonna get right out of 10? Here, I'll put a poll. How do I do this? Engage with your audience. Let's start a poll. Okay. How many will I get right out of 10? And I'm going to just put, 10, 9, 8, 7. Is that all I can do? I can only give 4 options. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to get 7 or more. Or actually, I'm going to leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Here we go. Now you can start. You can start guessing. Hey TB, what's up? How are you? Good to see you here. Puhut varmaan jo melkein täydellistä suomea. Olen ollut kauan poissa. Wait. You're speaking something already almost perfect Finnish? I have been kauan poissa. Does that mean like I've been away a long time? Is that? Well, my Finnish hasn't improved that much in a long time. So, yeah. But actually, here, that's a good idea. Well, let's come over to translate. Just double check. You probably speak almost perfect Finnish by now. I've been away for a long time. Yeah. Well, that probably is not. I would not use probably here, but yeah, we are improving slowly but surely. What is the best barbecue place in San Antonio according to you? You're peckish. Well, if you have to ask, it would be Rudy's Barbecue. This was my barbecue growing up on the north side. I think it was out here on this is the original location. Closes at 9 p.m. You could still make it NMC if you live nearby out in Leon Springs. The original Rudy's. Oh wow, this brings back memories just seeing some of these photos. Wow. Yeah, let's just say they don't follow the Harvard nutritional guidelines. All right, you're just going to get a plate of that. I wonder if they offer any vegan stuff or, like sometimes they'll do that. Well, yeah, they got cream corn. Oh, the cream corn is such a weird concept, but I loved it. I remember eating that cream corn like, I can taste it right now thinking of it. Beans, potato salad, coleslaw. I never liked coleslaw. Mac and cheese. Oh, and these are the sides. So you're just getting these as sides. And you have to order them as a serving, a pint or a quart. A quart is like a liter, by the way, or like 2 pints. Try our jumbo smoked potato. And so what's cool about this is you would show up and you would just order by the pound, by the weight, essentially, or the volume. Oh my god! And okay, this place has the best barbecue sauce, and I think the barbecue sauce is vegan. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But oh my god, this barbecue sauce! What I would give for a little Rudy's barbecue sauce. Oh, you can't. And I will say this is one thing you cannot get in Finland, probably in Europe. Like I've tried some of the other barbecue sauces that you have here, and they're fine, but they don't hold a candle to the glory of Rudy's. Oh my god! Wait, what is this? Rudy's wants you to let us know you are a veteran. Oh, this is so we may honor you. This is so American and so San Antonio. San Antonio, the city, is a huge. There's several military bases, so there's a lot of military members. And in fact, that was partly, I think, why my parents moved there, because my dad was in the military. And yeah, they would give you discounts and whatever. That's what they probably do. They probably give you some kind of discount. But which is weird. This how would you guys feel in Finland if they had something like this in like well, first of all, it would be confusing because like it's required that men join the military. So I think men would really like it. You would get some a discount. It would be like half the population would qualify for a sudden discount. But yeah. Elementary, my dear Watson. 27. It's funny you say that. I literally yesterday just started watching the BBC Sherlock Holmes. I had watched it like years ago and just had a craving to watch it and got the DVD from the library. So I watched the first episode of Sherlock Holmes and really, yeah, it brings me back. I'm enjoying it. Oh, you tried the advanced level on Taivuta. The hardship there is the word selection. Probably, yeah. Yeah. In Austin, you probably find the most vegan restaurants. That's probably true. Yeah, Austin is definitely sort of the capital for more of the hippies like me, the crazy liberals. Uh, Them crazy liberals who want animal rights or whatever. Um, but yeah, no, and just in general, Austin has been known as being a place with a lot more like food options and food, what is it, experiments, if you can call it that. Lots of food trucks. I miss the food trucks. By the way, this is the cream corn. This is not digestible, by the way. The human body is not designed to digest this. Oh my gosh. Oh, and you would pick out your drink from this trough. It's so funny that yeah. Oh, it would be so hot as well because this area is kind of outdoors. Like it's covered, but it's not fully a part of the original building. You're actually outside the original building. So these fans would be going full blast and it would just be so hot. And you sit there and I can remember the feel of the tablecloth. It had a very particular texture. I even remember that. What a weird. And they would have games. They have like not arcade games, whatever this is, you could play. Oh, there's one other thing I got to show you about this. Oh God, yeah. It would come out like this. This was what your plate would look like. They didn't give you plates. You get a sheet, not even of a paper towel. What is that? It's like a sheet of like butcher's paper, right? And then you would just have to mix and match, and you make a sandwich yourself with whatever. There is something important I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this. Wait, maybe you'll be able to see it. You can't really see it that well, but there were, when I lived in San Antonio, we first moved there, and within like 2 or 3 years, San Antonio experienced like two of the worst floods they had ever had in the city's history. It was like they were each called a 500-year flood, and we had two of them back to back. And this mural depicts what happened here. The water was so high, you can see the watermark on the wall. Like it's it stained the walls, and they left the, I guess, the mark, and they made a mural out of it. Um, but yeah, it's kind of weird. What a trip down memory lane. Oh, what a weird. But also, look how they decorate their bottles. I mean, come on. How can you not love that? Too much. This is taking me back. I have to show you the other place we used to go to for burgers. Have I ever done this with you guys before? Longhorns. Where is it? No, not the Longhorn Steakhouse. Longhorn Cafe. It's like, I thought it was called the Longhorn Cafe. Yeah, the Longhorn Cafe. Oh wait, did they close? Yeah, this is where we would go for burgers. This this is exactly what a burger should be. I mean, minus the meat element of it, which I'm not for anymore, but a burger should be a conduit for grease and sauce to flow into my body, okay? It is a vessel of God's love, okay? Into this temple of a body. That's that's how good the burgers are. And by the way, the burger is good because there are literally fingerprints on the bun. Like, it might look like it's just a little rumpled, and I can tell you for a fact these are fingerprints. The person doing it was hopefully wearing a glove, like they wear, the kitchen plastic gloves, but it's because they put the bun on the grill. So the bun gets nice and crispy, soaking up all the juice from the burgers. And it was just glorious. Glorious. Longhorn Cafe. It's crazy that this place, I think it's still open. Oh, they have they've got multiple locations. I think we went to the one, was it on Blanco? Also, by the way, in San Antonio, this is the funniest joke that's ever been perpetrated. Blanco Road. So you should know San Antonio has a large Hispanic population. It was originally a Spanish mission. And so a lot of the names are Spanish. But Blanco Road, it means white road, and it is the whitest part of town. Like, it's just a bunch of white people living on Blanco Road. Like, oh, it's so dumb. It is so dumb. Oh well. Was it what? No, wait. Was it? Why am I getting confused? Was it here? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was this one. Because we lived off Bitters Road. Man, this was my old neighborhood. Actually, right here, if I can zoom in on it. This is where I used to live. Wait. Well, the map is quite small. Yes, yeah. I lived at like Bitters and Hebner, I think, right? Yeah, oh, that's it. This is it. I did not live at Massage Heights. That was not there, okay? Yeah, this was my old neighborhood. What a weird trip down memory lane. You know, I'll do anything to avoid actually learning Finnish, okay? And I think this is more interesting. All right, I'm just going to make an executive producer decision over here and say that yeah, that was more interesting. But wait, what? I I think the poll question should have been how many questions we get through in this stream. JS, the burn, the level of burnage is just off. I'm ending the poll. All right, poll has been ended. Nobody can have nice things. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Nobody thinks I'm going to get all 10 right. How about that for motivation? Not a single person. We have the most popular is 8. A quarter of you picked 9, and then 12% of you picked 7. So thanks for the vote of no confidence. Let's do it. Let's get into it. But yeah, glad to help you out, NMC. Hopefully, I don't know. You go to San Antonio, you'll be hooked up for some barbecue or some burgers. And yeah. Here we go. Hän kertoi tarinoita ajastaan maalla. Hover over the words to see their definitions. He told stories about his former time in the countryside. And so it's either hän. Whoa, I actually don't know that. I don't know what. He told stories. Don't tell me the answers yet. Hän kertoi tarinoita. He told stories about his former time in the countryside. So his time in the countryside, ajastaan maalla. I already have lost confidence that I'm going to get all 10. His former time. Entisenä, entisen, entisestä, entinen. Well, I recognize entinen. Entinen ajastaan maalla. Okay, well, in the countryside is maalla, but it's about his former time. He told stories. The stories are about the former time. Why is ajastaan like this? Ajastaan. This makes me think that maybe the correct answer is entisen, because it seems to agree with ajastaan. But honestly, with a word like this, I don't know. Maybe it's one of these exceptions and you would just say entinen. But I'm going to go. But also entisena, his former time. Do I need to add the ending for his former time? But honestly, I don't even know if I have no idea.
Hän kertoi tarinoita entisestä ajastaan maalla.
I need a break. I rage quit. You need a burger now, 27? You normally have a burger during stream. Or at least it's a common occurrence. It's a common 27, I don't know, trope, motif. Yeah. Tarinoita jostain. his time. Ayastan doesn't relate to the empty word at all. So I'm just trying to make words agree with each other, okay? But I did make the correct thought. I just didn't know which one of these would have the correct ending. And I think I get it confused because this ending doesn't look like the what is it called? It's in the elative case. So it okay. Maybe yeah. Maybe it's just the elative. I was thinking it had the pronoun ending as well. Right? Like Nimeni on my name, Nimeni. That's why when I saw Anna, I was like, "Oh, is that the third person singular ending?" And I'm like, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, look, we missed our first shot, but that doesn't mean we aren't going to close out like Michael Jordan in the 1996 finals. Okay. We move on. uh, that went well, JF. What do you mean? All right. Paha something. Haju levisi huoneeseen. A bad smell spread into the room. Well, this one's easy. It should just be paha. Paha haju levisi huoneeseen. Nominative. No fancy shenanigans.
Paha haju levisi huoneeseen.
Paha haju levisi huoneeseen. Just the way that this woman speaks Finnish bothers me. Because you know why? Because she's so confident and cocky with how she's just such she must sound so perfect. Okay? I don't want to hear it. I want the person to read this to be a fellow American struggling so that that would actually be amazing. Please, somebody make a language app and have me do all the voice acting. Kävelen kauppakesku something iltapäivällä. I walk to the shopping mall in the afternoon. So okay. I'm not even gonna look at these yet. I'm just gonna try and think. Kauppakeskus is the whatever, the shopping mall, the shopping center. But if you're walking to it, would it be something like kauppakeskun with like another UN? No, obviously no, because it's not one of the options. Is it this one? Kauppakeskukseen. That one seems like it, because sometimes Finnish does this little extra nonsense. See, I don't know. I just see nonsense and I click. And I get
Kävelen
it
kauppakeskukseen iltapäivällä.
I get it right. But this is part of my problem is like I've gotten good at picking the word, but if I'm given the original word kauppakeskus, I'm not able to taivuttaa it into the correct form. But yeah, let's see the explanation. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't explain the spelling, but that's fine. That's a different, whatever the consonant gradation or whatever happens, whatever it's called. Hey, but look at that. We've gotten 2 out of 3. All right. Odotan concert innolla. I'm looking forward to the concert with excitement. Innolla, with excitement. It's like odotan. Odotan is like I'm waiting, but it's like, you're anticipating the concert. I would just say concertia. However, it might be concertin, genitive. It's one of these. Oh no, I don't know. And I'm going to go with the logic, because I swear that if this is not the answer, I blame the Finnish language. It is not on me. I've done right by me. It is konsertin, because konsertia means like I'm going to a concert or I'm going to part of the concert. But konsertin is like I'm going to that specific concert as a discrete unit.
Odotan konserttia innolla.
I hate. Look, and let's get the explanation. Let's hear it. The word konsertti is in the partitive case, konsertia, because the verb odottaa requires it. This is exactly a case in point of what I was complaining about earlier, about how you're told a rule that, oh, if it's part or if it's a whole thing, no, none of that is helpful, because it turns out that verbs just require it or they don't, you know. Right? Like, obviously, yeah, partitive corresponds to English words like some or any. Well, that's not what we have here. You're not going to any concert. You're looking forward to a specific concert. Yeah. Yeah, see, look, none of this, the grammar of the partitive applies. Nothing about this is partial or incomplete or indefinite. You don't use the English words some or any to translate it, and it has nothing to do with an ongoing process or an incomplete action. Right? Nothing is ongoing. I mean, you're waiting. I get that's not ongoing. That's just the present tense. All right. You know what? It's important for me to express my feelings, and they have been expressed, and now you have to deal with it. You got your micro burger 27. Very nice. What the objective word here defining the inflection is odottaa. Yeah. Odotan konsertin loppumista. Wait, you can say that? Is that also valid, JS? Like, I am waiting for the concert to end? Or what is that? I don't know. Maybe it's not the right translation. Something about to the end of the concert, maybe. Or you're waiting for the end of, I am looking forward to the end of the concert. Is that it, JS? Because now concert is no longer the object of the verb. It is a modifier of the object of the verb. Loppu. Yeah. Waiting is ongoing and incomplete until you have waited. Hey, DV, what's up? Welcome in. We are discussing how disgusting the Finnish language is in its treatment of me as an individual. And I am starting a class action lawsuit on behalf of all foreign language learners who have been violated this way. Moving onward. My lawyers will be in touch. Laitan viulu kotelloon. So I put the violin in the case. Laitan, viulu is the object of laitan. Viulu is also a discrete object. But see, this is a case where do I need to just memorize like odotan? It always takes the partitive. Or is laitan I feel like you say laitan ruokaa, like let's cook food. But is that ruokaa a different situation? Because ruokaa is partitive, like it is food, just some food, you know. You're not cooking necessarily the food. It could be any. Let's prepare food. But or is laitan just one of those words that you can use either way? That it could be partitive, but you could also use the genitive as the object, right? This is what I mean when I'm like, every Finnish sentence is a Sudoku puzzle of nonsense. Except at least in a Sudoku, there's actual logic. there's actual numbers, with a definite answer. Finnish is just like, a very punishing. I don't know. Okay, we're not. I've got enough. I've done enough damage. Viulua, maybe. Right? I'm gonna say partitive because the last one was partitive. And this one also feels like, why shouldn't it be partitive?
Laitan viulun koteloon.
Why not? And let me just point out, the explanation is going to give me some BS about how logically it should be violun, because you can't put away part of a violin. How silly. The word viulu is in the accusative case, violun. Wait, I thought that was just genitive. Is there a difference? I mean, I know in Latin the genitive and accusative are different cases. But there's no accusative. Is there? Hold on a second. Let's just look this word up. What is the accusative case called in Finnish? Because I've never seen it. Nominative, genitive, partitive, illative. Inessive. I don't see accusative. Oh wait, no, it's here. Why have I never seen this? Is this only for this word? Has this been has the accusative been here the whole time and I've just never seen it? But wait a second, what is this nom? What is nom gen down here? What is this? The nominative accusative is used, for example, as the object of certain passives and imperatives. Click the inflection link and see the section on accusatives for more information. What kind of nonsense am I getting? And I feel like there's a glitch in the matrix right now. It is in the accusative. Yeah. JF, at least I convinced you to change it to, Finnish people, take notes. Okay, take notes from me and change the way you speak. So you think that your language is logical, but I'm actually going to make it logical. I'm going to make Finnish great again. All right. I'm going to bring my American heritage to play. And okay, I may have grown up in Texas, but I don't have to, import every aspect of that upbringing. It's a different laittaa. Yeah. There's also laitetaan viulukoteloon. So in that case, you would just put viulu. You wouldn't even put it in viulun. Laitetaan. Is that like let's put the violin in the case? Yeah. Partitive is also somewhat valid here. JS is giving me credit. It indicates that you are putting it into the case right now. What? How? Why does the partitive imply that it's happening now versus the genitive? Huh. Modern Finnish accusative looks the same as the genitive. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's why I get confused, because I've only known it as genitive, even though I understand like a lot of these terms are kind of unfortunate because we've just inherited them from Greek and Latin grammar, and there's no inherent reason that the logic of other languages should be the same, So like genitive in Latin, if I remember, is pretty much only for possessive. And that's generally what the genitive does in Finnish, right? But it obviously doesn't only have to do that. Interestingly, genitive is one of the few cases we still use in English where we put the apostrophe S at the end of a noun. And of course, we use some of the other cases in our pronouns, like him, her, his, us, those, whatever. We still have a few old cases. But thank you guys. Actually, I'm glad that we have a little commentary here. You're making me feel more valid. Accusative opened with more. It wasn't visible before. Yeah. That's I often click the more option, and I don't remember seeing accusative. Finnish sound rules stipulate that words can only end in alveolar consonants. So the word ending M to N? What? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's above my head, above my pay grade. This makes you more convinced that you definitely benefit from some real Finnish course with a teacher who explains stuff and so on. JS, I have the complete opposite reaction, because I have had those teachers and they explain everything as if it's logical, as if it's obvious. Oh, this is how we use the partitive. But then it turns out that it's so complicated and there are so many exceptions. And it turns out you just got to memorize which verbs use which case. But also don't do it too strictly, because sometimes verbs will use multiple different cases depending on, it's like, I just got to keep practicing is really the only answer, But I mean, to be fair, of course, if I have a teacher, it's not going to hurt. Yeah. But I did look to see if I could take some classes at the adult education center nearby me, but unfortunately they don't have any Finnish language classes for beginners. Or I think they had one that was for complete beginners, but that's going to be a waste of my time. I don't want to sit through the beginning again. I need more beginner intermediate stuff. And I might start attending a language cafe or something of that sort, just to get into it. Accusativi is quite new. It was invented during the pandemic. Are you serious? Really? In Finnish? They invented a new case just now? Wait, or is this a joke, JF? Is this a dad joke that 27 would get that I don't? Is there a play on words here? I don't know. But laitetaan viulu is passive. Wait. How? Okay, wait. What does it mean, though? Does it mean let's put the violin in the case? So it's technically still considered passive, even though it's not passive in the sense that the violin is placed or is being placed. Because in my version of passive in American English, all right, the violin is the subject of the sentence. The object is the subject in a passive sentence. The violin is being put in the case. But in Finnish, they're like, oh, it's passive. But also it just means we're doing something. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Ancient sound rules. Oh, the old accusative M turned into an N. Okay, that's where the N comes from at the end. In this viulu example, the English translation is the clear hint. What's clear about it? Violin is put in the case. The violin is put in the case. I mean, that sounds fine in English. Is placed in the case. It sounds fine, but in English it sounds a little better to use active. But that's kind of whatever. Yeah. It puts the lotion in the basket. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know. You know what? I've been complaining. I don't even know what the correct answer is. Viulun. Marks a direct object of a sentence, especially when the action is complete. Often corresponds. Wait a second, hold on. Laitan is present tense. I guess I put the violin in the case sounds to me past tense. It's the same in English, present. But if it is present, like I'm actually I would say I am putting the violin in the case because we have two present tenses in English for some reason. Okay. I am putting the violin in the case. But I put the violin in the case sounds more complete, as if it already happened. I place the violin in the case. Often corresponds to the English objective case. What is the English objective case? What? Oh, you just mean like it's the object. I've never heard it called the objective case, but I assume they're referring to like when you say, I give him the violin. Well, that's confusing because you have two objects in that case, but a direct object. Him is in the objective case. He, nominative. Subjective case? I don't even know the names in English for this. Oh my god. Because you just learn that these are pronouns. You don't learn the concept of grammatical cases. But yeah, it indicates who or what is directly affected by the action, unless the verb is orota, in which case you better use the partitive. Okay. So we're not doing very well. We've our score is only 40%. So we've gotten 2 out of 5. Which means everybody who guessed 7 you're the only people who have a chance of getting it right. But I hope I get it wrong. I hope that none of you get the correct poll result because I'm upset. I did the beginner version of this the other day and I got 9 out of 10. That's why I entered with a little more confidence. And then I upgrade to elementary and now I'm out of my I can't. Yay, got the reference? Wait, what reference? Was it the lotion in the basket one? You put the whole violin into the case. In partitive, laitan viulua kotelon would imply what would be I am putting the violin in the case in English. Wait. This is another thing where like Finnish people speak a different version of English than I do. Like, there are subtle shades of meaning in my own language I didn't know were possible until you speak to a Finnish person. It's like, what? Oh my god, I can't. It's like I'm Frodo talking to the elves. You know, meet that Yorinut. What are you doing now? Wait, what? Mitate, laitan viulo kotelon. That's like I'm putting the violin in the case. So it is a valid. I am putting the violin in the case versus I put the violin in the case. It's more confusing in English because put is pretty much only used in that way in the past tense, but it's the same form technically in the present tense. Put. Maybe it's like if you use the third person, she put the violin in the case. She puts the violin in the case. Like she is putting the violin in the case. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to prove here. Obviously, the languages aren't meant to be one-to-one. I just don't like being wrong, okay? And I'm having an existential crisis about it. Kokeilen recept. I'm trying some recipes. Is it kokeilen reseptia? But if it's recipes plural, then it would be something like receptoja or something like this. I'm guessing it's this one, recepteia, because the I turns into an E, but sometimes it's an O or an OI. But yeah, recipes. Well, recepti is singular, wrong. Receptia is partitive, so it could be, because sometimes you have partitive for plural if you're talking about like kaksi receptia, right? Which in English would be two recipes, but in Finnish, for some reason, it's still singular partitive. Receptiin is the recipe, singular. Recepteja, this is the only one that's in the plural. So I'm going to go with this one.
Kokeilen reseptejä.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about. It's in the plural partitive form because it indicates an indefinite quantity of recipes that are being tried, emphasizing that the action is partial or not involving all recipes. Yeah. So it's English being complicated that confuses you? Lorelei, my language is perfect, all right? The English language is just full of love and acceptance. Okay, that's why in defense of the English language, the only reason that English is so difficult is because it's just so loving and accepting of other languages and other peoples. Okay, that's why our language can't decide what it is. That's why we have so many confusing things to our language. But that's just part of the beauty of the English language. Our greatest weakness is also our greatest strength. All right. We're just too full of love. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave you there for that. But the objective case is one of the three grammatical cases in English primarily used for pronouns. It indicates the pronoun is acting as an object in the sentence. Study Smarter UK is the source. Well, I don't know what the British people are doing, but British people like to think that because they have England, where English comes from, that somehow they have ownership of the language. But we have Noah Webster, okay? We innovated. And besides, I would like to point out, when you come here to Finland or a lot of the Nordic countries, what accent do you hear people use when they speak English? They all use their Nordic American accents, all right? Tämä kirje on seen something. This letter is for you. Tämä kirje on, is it like sinulle? That would be my guess. Tämä kirje on sinulle. Or is it like sinun? It's not sinun, but it might be sinun with two U's, but that's not one of the options. I'm going to guess sinulle because that's the only one. That's the one I thought of. Sinussa that means it's like on you, like it's on your person, like maybe in your pocket, maybe. And then sina is just nominative, so it's not that. Sinulle.
Tämä kirje on sinulle.
Hey, we are on a redemption arc right now. Okay, we are a Cinderella story. JS, the poll lacked lower numbers. You know what? I'm glad I didn't give you the option for lower numbers. Because if I had put a less than 7 or a less than 8 category and 90% of you would have picked that, I I have a bone to pick with my audience. I'm starting to think you just show up to see me suffer. And yeah, even though I play into that, also, how dare you? How dare all of you? Or you speak to a person who has studied the language instead of just learned it. This sixth sentence definitely needs the English sentence. Wait, I missed it. The sixth one. I'm a behind on some of your comments in chat. Sorry about that. Speaking of Noah Webster, you've been re-listening to Word Matters podcast, the MW folks. I've heard of this, but I don't really listen to podcasts anymore. It robs other languages for words and spare grammar. Sir Terry Pratchett. Pratchett was great. Pratchett had a lot of good quips about language and life. Yeah, we speak American in America, all right? Tamakiria on sinun. Yeah, okay, this letter is yours. This is your letter. Yeah, yours has to be some other grammatical case, right? Sinusa means it's inside you, like you ate the letter. Or maybe you're smuggling it into a prison. You know, you ate the letter in a very different sense. I forgot to click the explanation. Sorry about that. Oh well. Oh, actually, we can see it. No. Dear developers, please. Well, so much for that one. Oh, that was so painful. There was a back button, and I thought the back button would take me to the previous question so I could look at the explanation. No, the back button just brought me to the home page. So we're stuck here. We're stuck. We start over. Bad UI. Yeah, look at this. Doesn't this look like it should be go back to the previous question? I mean, but pain. The pain. Whatever. It's still better than Kieli Kolo. Sorry, Ule, but yeah. Minamalan kok something taloa. I am painting a large house. So this is a case where I do think large should agree with house. But I could be wrong. And I've never seen large. I thought large was suori or big, iso. I've never seen this word, kokas, kokan. I have no idea. So I'm just going to say kokasta because this seems like the most likely one to be partitive.
Minä maalaan kookasta taloa.
Kokas, large. I've never seen that word. But it means large, huge. But yeah, it describes the object taloa, which is also in the partitive, as it represents an ongoing process of painting. All right, cool. Thank you for that. What if I get 10 out of 10 right now? And I just slam dunk on all you haters. All right. It's possible. I could do it. Tulan keskusta. So here, keskusta means downtown or city center as it translates. I am coming from the city center. Don't clip that audio, okay? Don't think about it, 27. All right. I know the jokes are your keyboard is lighting up right now with jokes. Tulan keskustasta. Something like that, right? I am coming from the city center. Keskusta, keskustasta.
Tulen keskustasta.
Boom goes the dynamite, baby. The word keskusta is in the elative case, keskusta, or keskustasta, because it expresses origin, indicating the place from which the speaker is coming. See, this one's easy because I know that the verb tulen takes this type of ending because it's like, tulen Amerikasta. You can use it, to describe where you're from. I come from America. Lapsi seuraa kenguru. The child follows a kangaroo. The child is following a kangaroo. So I'm going to guess probably partitive, but it could be genitive/accusative. But I think I'm going to go partitive, maybe also because here in the English, it says a kangaroo. So it's not definite. It's not a very specific kangaroo. Also, maybe it doesn't make sense to use the genitive here. Either you might have to use partitive no matter what. I don't know. Or vice versa. Maybe it's genitive instead. So I'm going to go kengurua. Kengurua. Lapsi seuraa kengurua. Why do you think it might be genitive? Kengurun. Only because there are verbs that supposedly take the genitive, like orota. And I don't have the verbs memorized.
Lapsi seuraa kengurua.
Boom. Yeah. It's in the partitive case. And also, this is confusing because the child follows a kangaroo. The child is not following a part of the kangaroo. How silly. Right? That's why I get confused by a lot of these logical explanations, because it's so easy to find counterexamples where it's just like, wait a minute. I can't apply the logic that Finnish teachers want me to apply because it's not consistently applied. And this is a good example where the partitive is clearly not a part of the kangaroo. Yeah, also what the heck is this ongoing process of following? What if it was in the past tense? The child followed a kangaroo. Would you use genitive in that case? If the action was complete? Or is it the case that in the past tense, even in the past tense, it's still considered ongoing because following a kangaroo takes time versus something that happens in an instant? What is going on here? Getting primary school Finnish lesson vibes, Helion. Welcome in, by the way. Good to see you again. Yeah, where is Vlad? Vlad has been around for some of the gaming streams, I remember. But yeah, I don't know. He might be busy today, or he's lurking. He's also an occasional lurker. The grammar books tend to avoid the best explanation for the Finnish genitive partitive line, which is something that's called telicity in linguistics. No, because following can't be completed. So there's like, I don't even know what sort of teleology you gotta subscribe to get to achieve that level of, I don't know, existential certainty about words being complete or incomplete, actions being ongoing or not ongoing. Like, if I followed somebody and I stopped following them, I completed that action. There is not a single action that I can take that I can't complete. Right? If I stop doing it, it is complete. It is done. Right? I guess I have a different understanding of what complete is or what ongoing is. Seorasi kenguru wa is the past tense. The child lapsi seorasi kenguru wa. So you would still use the partitive in this case, even if the action had happened and was complete. You'd stop doing the action. It doesn't make it complete. But I completed it. Okay. Like, what if you are completing something? If you're completing something, is that a complete action? Like, I sorry, well, no, you can't complete something if you're completing it. Even if you completed it. Even if it was in the past tense complete, sorry, it's still ongoing, or it was ongoing up until you finished completing it, but that's not complete. That's how I feel right now. I'm sure somebody has a good explanation, and I am being a little bit cantankerous and difficult right now. You might find or reach someone after following them. Perhaps Finnish assumes it's incomplete because you haven't reached your goal since you're following someone to a certain place. Yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand it in the present tense, but I don't understand because if you change it to the past tense, to me, that it's done. The action is done. It happened and it's over. It's not like it was happening. Like I was following the kangaroo. To me, that would be the past ongoing. I was following a kangaroo. I followed the kangaroo. But also, it doesn't matter because it's just the kangaroo in English. We don't have these fancy distinctions of partitive and not and partialness or incompleteness. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I just don't see the world the way that linguists do. I just don't understand how they're so confident that they can say, yeah, the child follows the kangaroo. Incomplete action. But what if the child caught the kangaroo? You don't know. Okay? Or maybe you know in the present tense that he's following. He's in the process of following. But in the past tense, maybe that child caught up and murdered the kangaroo. Doesn't matter if the child kills the kangaroo. If the kangaroo is still alive, does that affect the calculation? Because it's still ongoing. Oh, how silly. A child can't catch a kangaroo. I can't believe I would ever. I think this is one of the things where, like, I am okay with divorcing linguistic logic from real world logic. But this is where I get confused because people or linguists explain the language as if it matches the real world logic. And I just don't see that. I just don't see the world this way. And I don't think it matters. Either way, there's a way to say it. There's a common way to say this, right? And you just learn through practice and repetition. At least in my case, I don't think I have a chance of learning by studying the rules because the rules haven't helped me over years. The rules are just as complicated as not knowing a darn thing. But yeah, you can always follow a kangaroo more, but you can't eat fish forever because at some point the fish is completely eaten. We just don't assume things. We work with the information that is put up. Time is not the factor in this. It's the objective built into it. Temporal dimension is indicated with other means in the sentence, such as tense. The objective? What is the objective of following a kangaroo? Because your objective could be to murder the kangaroo, in which case you're trying to catch that kangaroo. But your objective could also be to follow at a distance. Because guess what? Kangaroos, they probably kill a child. They're crazy muscular, So maybe the objective is simply to follow the kangaroo. This is where I'm just like, how does anybody assume anything about what the objective is? Because there's so much that is implied or left unsaid in any given sentence of 3 words. Okay, I I rest my case. Clearly, some of you are much more convinced than I am about why it makes sense from a linguistic, and some of you are actual linguists, and I respect that. But yeah, moving on. Pipo on tehty villasta. The beanie is made of wool. Thank you for the easy one. Also, by the way, we're at 100%. We're doing well. Pipo. It's the nominative.
Pipo on tehty villasta.
Pipo on tehty villasta. It's in the nominative case because it's the subject. And it's like a definite thing, right? You're not, yeah. Okay. Hän työskentelee kaupalli alalla. He works in the commercial field. Hän työskentelee kaupallilla. What? This isn't what kaupallisella. It has to be this one. But so commercial would be kaupallinen, right? Which is then why the N becomes an S. Kaupallisella. I think it's this one. Yeah, kaupallinen is here.
Hän työskentelee
Boom. 5 out of 10.
kaupallisella alalla.
Or well, 5 out of 5 out of 10 total questions. We are doing well. But yeah, to be fair, a lot of us Finnish speakers have learned the language without learning the grammar and syntax at first. Yeah. I've heard that. A lot of Finns, when I'm like, wait, what case is this? They'll just look at me and be like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're just a normal person. Of course. Like, why would anyone memorize all of this nonsense unless you're like desperately trying to learn the language and grabbing for any help you can? But yeah, kaupallinen, commercial, is in the adessive case, kaupallisella. Yeah, and I knew this because I figured if it's an adjective and it modifies the noun alla, meaning the field, it probably agrees with that noun in its ending. So there we go. Okay, look, this lucky streak is got to end pretty soon. But by the way, this is the score that counts. Whatever happened in the previous game, the gods have decreed that game no longer exists. So, but you all probably would have been wrong anyway, because I wasn't going to get I wasn't even going to get 7 out of 10. Let's be real. But this is a tricky one. Your final attempt to explain, DV. Okay, why to follow can't be completed. What does it mean to follow? To go along behind someone. This isn't something that can be completed. It's just ongoing semantically. An illustrative word pair is etsia and löytää, like to search and to find. Löytää, or to wait. I don't know. I thought to find is complete, right? But anyways, yeah. I mean, like it, I kind of see it. Like I agree with you. I don't 100% disagree with you. Let me say it that way. But emotionally, I 100% disagree. I'm not saying that rationally you are correct, but I am saying that emotionally I am 100% justified. And I will die on this hill. All right. This let me just make that very clear. I have been traumatized by Finnish grammatical cases. To search can't be completed because then it's to find. Yeah. I mean, I'll grant there's a logic to it for sure. Yeah. Vein posti laatikkoon. I took the mail to the box. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here's what I'm going to guess. I really feel my gut instinct is postia. Partly, no pun intended, because the mail is kind of indiscreet. Like it's a discrete noun in English, the mail, or it's a definite noun, but it feels like water. Like you've got mail. You've got mail, right? Mail can also just be whatever stack of letters and packages or whatever. And partitive is typically more common in this case, right? Or in this position. As the object of a verb, it's usually partitive in my experience. So I'm just going to go with the statistics. I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I'm like trying to make a logical decision based on my best knowledge and feelings. Can I phone a friend? Postia.
Vein postin laatikkoon.
Why? Also, does it have to be this way? Can you say both? Is it because the English is translated this way? I took the mail. What if I said I took some mail to the box? Would it be postia in that context? Like, is it? The word posti is in the accusative case because it identifies the direct object of the action to take, indicating what was taken to the box. It's just like, okay, that makes absolutely no sense because there's all like there are so many verbs that have an object in the partitive that I can't read this and be like, oh yeah, oh of course, yeah, I won't make that mistake again. I'm 100% going to keep making that mistake. Vieda. Also, yeah, I didn't recognize this word, vein. Vieda, to take. That's weird. But yeah. The accusative marks a direct object, especially when the action is complete. I've never thought of verbs as being complete or incomplete. This is my Tarzan brain. Like my language does not do this. Because now I'm thinking about following. If I'm following if I'm following a kangaroo, hear me out. I am on the way. But if I'm taking the mail to the box, I am on the way to the mailbox. Right? To me, this is just as incomplete as to follow. I guess if you say I followed the kangaroo, it doesn't mean that you reached the kangaroo. Whereas I took the mail to the box does seem to imply that you got to the box at the end. 99% of the journey, you were not at the box, but you did reach the box. Unless you said, I was taking the mail to the box when I got interrupted. What? Yeah. What do you do in that case? Let me riddle me this, all you Finnish experts. What if you do a complete action, but you interrupt yourself before it's complete? You are in the process of completing an action, and the distance between you and the end of that action is less than 1 light second. I don't know. Okay. We're getting out of control. But I'm upset. It's not postia. I was really hoping to get 10 out of 10 just to spite all of you. All you haters. All you haters. Oh, yeah. But let me come back to you guys. You guys are helping me here. The English sentence is critical, you were saying. You took some of the mail to the box. Some mail would take partitive. So, okay. Thank you for answering that question. That's one I had about postia is valid as a word, but it's like you took some mail to the box, not all the mail. But even in English, it's not that I guess you could say it's implied that you took all the mail, but also maybe not. You took the mail to the box. It could have been just some of it, and you're saying it's the mail. Like, I don't know. It's not so defined in English the way that it feels it is in Finnish. And this is the best way to translate this. But maybe this isn't the best way to translate this. Like, maybe the problem is the Finnish language isn't translating my language correctly. All right. Maybe the Finnish language is missing the subtle nuance that is achievable in the English language. Okay. Maybe there is something to this. Obviously, right? Languages are never one-to-one with each other. So it could just be that. But I mean, also to be fair, like if you're actually really learning the language and you've been speaking, I think you would probably know which answer to give, right? You wouldn't be as confused as I am between the partitive and the genitive. But yeah. And DV, you don't find this language learning tool particularly helpful? Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, this is only my second time using it, so this is not a promotion of it, but I did find it to be, at least the first time I did it, interesting, and actually a type of practice that I've never done before. So I will say, as much as I'm complaining, I actually am glad to have this type of tool, even if the explanations aren't that good, just to be in the habit of practicing case endings. I think that I need to do more of that, because if I'm reading, I can kind of figure out what's being said. But if I try to speak, I can't think of what endings to put on the word. And this kind of pushes you to actually do that. So I might continue to use it just for that, even if I know the explanations aren't going to be satisfactory up to my standard of complete. All right. These explanations, they're in the incomplete stage. Okay. They will never be a complete kangaroo. These explanations are just running after a kangaroo. That's about as good as they get. All right, moving on. I've got you know what? Sometimes I just need to stop. I'll see myself out. Sanakirja kansi on sininen. The cover of the dictionary is blue. So in this case, it would just be Sanakirjan kansi. Kansi is the cover. That's a new word for me. I've never seen that. But yeah, it should just be simple, just like English. The dictionary's cover is blue. Sanakirjan
Sanakirjan kansi on sininen.
Boom goes dynamite. And yeah, explanation is genitive. Like, these explanations are a bit, in this case, it's pretty easy to explain. But when it's the object of a verb, it gets really, that's when but I mean, to be fair to myself, even if I say the word with the wrong ending, most people are going to understand if I say postia or postin, or I just say posti and I speak with Tarzan English. People will understand. Like, it's not the worst mistake to make, right? But yeah. But I want to be perfect, okay? I want to be the Michael Jordan of the Finnish language. I want to dunk on Finnish people with my Finnish ability one day. Oh, no. It is like that though in English. At least, like, if you grew up in America in the South, where your dialect is treated as incorrect. Like, you're literally, you go to school and the teachers tell you that the way you're speaking is wrong. You grow up feeling that people from, like, international people speak English better than you because international people learn, they learn the standard version, and they never learn all the mistakes that you have. So then you get them confused because you can't remember, is this standard, or is this just the way that I talk because we're from the South and we use a different grammar. It's yeah, that's what it was like growing up in the South. Emme tee pelkkä vaan nautimme myös elämästä. We don't do just work, but also enjoy life. I have no idea. I've never seen this word. Pelko is fear, right? Pelkää, no idea. But we don't do just work. Emme tee. Oh God, what is it? Pelkään, pelkää, pelkään, pelkää. I'm gonna guess it's either pelkkä or pelkän, and I don't have a good explanation why. I just feel like I've never seen this word used. It feels like an odd word, like even in English. Like, what is this? Here, it's just a modifier, like almost like an adjective, or maybe an adverb in this case. I don't know, but pelkän.
Emme tee pelkkää työtä, vaan nautimme myös elämästä.
No idea. No idea. Well, let's take a look at it. The word pelkkä is in the partitive case, pelkkä, because it emphasizes partialness or incomplete aspect. Do not. I'm too emotionally scarred and exhausted from the incomplete versus complete. I feel that I've been carrying the emotional labor in this relationship with the Finnish language. So I'm going to need to take a break. Indicating that work alone is not the entirety of what is being done. So yeah, we're not, see, like, how, it's like, the only way I can explain this experience of learning Finnish is that it's like the actual language is hard. But then the explanations of how the language works are even harder. It's like, I might as well just brute force it and memorize every word, just through rote memorization or whatever, rather than trying to understand. Thinking about partialness and whatnot, I'm like, maybe it'll click one day. But yeah, I didn't quite get that. But also, to be fair, I didn't even know what the original word was, pelka. So yeah. Here we go. But anyways, yeah, you guys also thank you for helping me out in chat. Even if I've been a bit what's the word? Polemic or uh combative. Maybe that's a good one. I'm combative today. You guys are very kindly offering me explanations, and I'm just like, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I'm inconsolable. All right. But you know, we need to have the space. All right, we need to have the emotional space to grow, and I just happen to need a lot more than average. All right, that's why we do these live streams. Kansi is also a lid. Okay, and a deck on a boat. Yeah. Um, Mostly it'll be understandable from the context. Yeah. Fair enough. Many of Finns speak the equivalent of that when they are speaking English. Maybe during an interview or something like that, through the window of a rally car. It is funny that like the I saw this I think briefly in that documentary series on Yle that was called Suomi on Amerikkalainen, right? Finland is American. There was really good episodes talking about the history of Finland and American relations and the cultural exchange and all aspects of kind of yeah, and obviously like more recently, uh, the and there was a bit in there about how Finns learned to speak English really well, and it had something to do with the way that English is a language that Finns aren't embarrassed, or historically, this might not be the case as much now, but like back in the old days, Finns would speak English readily, and they weren't afraid of sounding bad, which is why that's where the rally English comes from, because the rally drivers just spoke with the thickest accent and in the most Finnish way. Uh, and there's something also the fact that they're rally car drivers is hilarious too. You know, they're not like the biggest intellectuals, so the things that they have to say are more down to earth and hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. There was some comment about that like Finnish or English is a more kind of accessible language, or it's a cool language in a way, at least historically in Finland. Now, I'd have to rewatch the episode if they made that claim exactly, but it was something to that effect. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some of you old folks in the chat can tell me. I know I got a few. Actually, no, none of you in the chat are old. You're just advanced. You are you are advanced in years. I'm old now. Jeez, I'm an old man. At least for a YouTuber. My goodness, what am I doing? Live streaming here. But yeah. Does it sound that your learning of the partitive case of the language is still incomplete? Helion, too soon. Too I'm not ready to laugh at myself, all right? Actually, I kind of am, but yeah. Lorelai, you've just been cackling this whole evening. Well, at least somebody is enjoying this. I mean, I do get a perverse pleasure out of being a bit of a diva about the Finnish language. It's like it just displaying the struggle. And I will say though that there is something about being on stream with you guys that riles me up. You know, like a dog who gets riled up by like one of the parent owners or whatever who's like they're like don't rile them up, and then they do the thing and the dog starts going crazy. I'm the dog, and you in the chat, you're the ones riling me up. Because when I practice Finnish on my own, I'm cool as a cucumber. All right. And I actually do practice a lot more. And like I'm able to go through a lot more content. I'm not pausing to have these existential crises. I'm just sort of like, okay, I got it wrong. Take note of that, and maybe I'm practicing in a more productive way. Whereas here, I'm just letting it all out. I am not holding back my criticism or my feelings. But also, how boring would it be if you guys showed up and I actually just did homework? It would just be like you watching me do my homework. And I was like, okay, yep, next sentence, yep, okay, got it wrong, got it right, okay, okay. No, come on, come on. You like the previous Suomi on Fu, but the original guy doing the host died last year? Wait, there's a previous. And wait, what does Fu mean? Or is it Fo, I guess, in Finnish? The race was good, but the rior suspendu veo broken. What is. Is that something is broken? Broken. Broken. Is that how you say broken in Finnish? Uh, Something about okay. I'm gonna DV. The race was good, but the rear suspender is that like the suspension? Whale, veil. Wait, the rear suspender veil broken. The suspenders were broken? Is that what veil? I don't know. Pankaro Englanti, yeah. Think about the moment when Tyler can change opin suomea to opin suomen. DV, don't mock me. It is you know what? My strength, I'm a lifelong learner. All right. When I'm learning something, it's an incomplete action. Okay. That's just how how boring would it be to actually achieve anything in life? Okay. I'm an incomplete man. Uh oh, and hey, Anka, what's up? Welcome in. Good to see you. And when everything else fails, the unintentional but weirdly suggestive hand gestures come to play. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I remember. That's the one that everybody knows. Yeah. Something came through the floor, right up the. Yeah. Two more sentences. We can do it. Yeah. You guys are right. We're almost done. It's past 9 o'clock. We'll wrap this up really quickly. And let's see. Wait, I have 75% of what is 75% of 9? Wait, 9 divided by 4? Wait, what? Okay, I don't know how this works, but we'll get there. I think I only missed 2. Is that the case? 7 out of 9 would round. What is this calculation? Okay, you know what? Hän kohtasi vakava ongelman työssään. He encountered a serious problem at work. Well, in this case, I'm pretty confident that the adjective should agree with the noun of the noun phrase, right? So it should be vakavan ongelman. Vakavan ongelman.
Hän kohtasi vakavan ongelman työssään.
Boom. The word vakava is in the genitive case because it functions as an adjective that agrees with the genitive singular form of the noun ongelman, problem. There we go. See that one? I got it. The race was good, but the rear suspenders were broken. In Ralli Englanti. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. The urban legend of some Finnish politician ordering 2 cups of tea to their hotel room? What? Tuti tu. Tuti tu. I'm sorry, guys. I, ju- I was I didn't know what I was saying. I was just reading the Finnish. Then I realized it sounded like English, and I just felt really dumb. Oh, God. Okay, it suddenly got really hot. Oh, okay. Last question, and our score is 78%. So I guess it would be 8 out of 10 if I get this one correct. Is that no, or would it be 9 out of? Okay, you know what? I don't know. Did you buy some flowers from the market? Ostitko torilta? Well, okay. Did you buy some flowers? I kind of feel like they're giving me the answer here. Flower is kukka. So in the partitive, it would be kukka, right? Oh, unless we're talking about multiple flowers, in which case it's kukkia.
Ostitko
Boom.
kukkia torilta?
Swish. Nothing but net. And yeah. Finish. Hienoa. Edistyt hienosti. We got 8 out of 10. We scored a B. And it only took us 44 minutes to do this one. Oh, now we can actually review. We can see some of the ones. Yeah. This one kind of, that one's questionable. Like if I was a teacher, I might give people partial credit. I'm just saying I would be like, okay, yeah, it's my fault I wrote the question poorly. Boom, partial credit, 8.5 out of 10. And then this one, okay, I guess I just get this one wrong because I've never seen this. So anyways, yeah. Chat broke me, guys. Thank you. That hit a nerve. It did. Yeah, you guys sometimes you crack me up, all right? Tutti, 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 tutti. I can't even say it because it feels so I don't know. It's so stupid. But wait. Wait. But the best part is that it's not just like a Finnish person like on holiday. It's a legend of some Finnish politician. It's so funny. It's so oh, it got me. Oh, okay, there we go. Yes. Coca is is weed. So you can't buy that on the market here. Well, hey, apparently, it's not a legal market at least. But yeah, kukon single flower, kukka different flower. Yeah. 8 was the correct number. Yay for those of you who knew. And let's see, JS and Poyu and NMC, you guys all guessed 8. Congratulations. Wait, where was how many people guessed 8? I don't even know where the poll is. Here it's actually, that was the most popular response. 62% of you out of 8 votes. Whatever. How many is that? Is that 5? That should be 5 out of 8. So, hey, the majority of you actually were correct. I mean, ignoring the practice session I had earlier where I was on track only to get 7 max, but realistically I probably would have been with 6. So yeah. There we go. Back to home. And yeah, thank you guys for joining today's episode of Learn Finnish with me. As always, it was a pleasure. You guys genuinely cracked me up. Tutti. I love it. I don't know. Uh, and yeah, we will continue with learning Finnish next Tuesday. And in the meantime, I will do another gaming stream on Thursday. I haven't decided what game I'm gonna play. We concluded the Road Warden last week, and yeah, I have to pick out a new game. I haven't decided if I want to play something that's really short that has really positive reviews, or if maybe I want to branch into a longer game. I had mentioned Terraria, or a game that maybe I've played before. Terraria, Minecraft, or even like StarCraft 2, like playing the campaign. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be fun for you guys. Maybe that's just like a me thing. I might just play that on my own. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided, so no promises about anything. I need to go through my library and go through my spreadsheet. Yes, I do have a spreadsheet of all my video games, and to help me keep track of which ones I want to play. So I don't know. I hate that feeling that I bought all these games and now I've never played them. Like I still have games like Cult of the Lamb, never played. I've had that for years. So I feel like there are games I want to play, but some of these games I might just play on my own because I'm kind of picky when it comes to games sometimes. And I want it to be a fun experience on stream. And I think it's more fun when I enjoy the game. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you're on your second playthrough of Indiana Jones. JS, you are like a god gamer. Like you I can't if I had your discipline at gaming, man, I would be done with my library. But also I looked at there might be a possibility I can start playing my all my games like I have a bunch of games that are PC only that I think there's a way I can play it on my Mac without having to do anything too complicated. So I might even be able to play games like Portal that I bought on sale, but they're only on PC, so I can't play them yet. But I've seen there is a way now, a workaround you can use to play. So I don't know. We might play that. We could do some puzzle games on stream. I still need to finish Baba Is You. That was actually surprisingly fun. We stopped playing Road Warden, and I pulled up Baba Is You because we still had some time to stream, and it was fun to play with you guys. Even though it's like I can't really read chat while I'm doing it because I know it's very it's very cerebral, and I really have to focus on the logic and exploring different options and whatever. But yeah, I think it could be fun. But nah, you just don't have anything else to do apart from taking a walk. I respect that. Sometimes I feel that way. I'm just sort of like, yeah, I'll go for a run. Like on weekends, I'm just like, yeah, I'll go for a run. Maybe I'll go to the grocery store, and then I'll just read and play games, And I'm like, in a sense, I'm living a dream life. You know what I mean? I get to enjoy the simple things in life. So yeah, that's all I need. Who needs fancy vacations and all of that nonsense when you've got high quality video games? All right. And high quality books. I'm really enjoying A Game of Thrones. I've been listening to the audio book version on my runs, and it is very good. I highly recommend it. Even if I don't agree with the author's pronunciation of names, I think he gets a little too weird in the pronunciations. And I'm just like, okay, that's confusing because it sounds weird. But otherwise, his voice acting is really good for all the characters. So, and I love that world. I just love Westeros. It's such a great place. Well, not a great place to live, but a great place for conflict and for storytelling. So I love it. Yeah. Yeah, JS, actually, Whiskey is the name of the app that I saw recommended. So I'm going to give that a try probably. But yeah, Baba Is You, finishing it is hard, but I'm close. I only have maybe 15 more levels. So yeah. But yeah, tutti. Fancy vacation. I guess you could call a long unemployment time that. Hey, respect. I respect the grind, the gaming grind. But yeah. Oh, you did it. You tried whiskey already with some games. Worked but wasn't quite satisfied. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I mean, yeah, it might be a game per game basis. So we'll see. But yeah, you guys, I'll be back on Thursday if you want to join for a gaming stream. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week, next Tuesday, for another installment of Learn Finnish with me. All right. Have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. Goodbye.